Listen, could we just hook up later and talk about this?
I've got nothing to say.
Hey, Bill here, and today we're talking about Simon Sez, a movie from 1999 starring Dennis Rodman. I know many of you are thinking, oh yeah, that's the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme, but no, that is Double Team. This is the lesser known of the two 90s Dennis Rodman action movies. Before we get into any specifics, I just want to say that this is a bad movie masterpiece. It is an experience far greater than the sum of all of its terrible parts. The plot here is that Simon, played by Dennis Rodman, is an Interpol agent in France who is trying to recover a kidnapped woman and a stolen CD-ROM. But the plot really isn't that important. The main thing I want to convey about Simon Sez is just how bad Dennis Rodman is in it. He is obviously not a professional trained actor, but even taking that into consideration, his acting is painful to watch. I just wonder how many takes the director had him do of a scene before realizing that that was as good as it was going to get, and he just gave up and moved on to the next one. Now, since he is a professional athlete, or was a professional athlete, you might think, sure, his acting is bad, but I'm sure his action scenes are pretty good, but you would be wrong on that count as well. The scenes where it is actually Rodman doing the action and not his stunt double are super awkward looking and very unexciting, and you'll start to question, why was this movie even made? Why did they even do this? Simon Sez is an action comedy, and it's probably actually more comedy than action, both intentionally and on accident. There are constant one-liners and zingers and jokes being thrown out, and almost all of them are groan-inducing with how bad they are. The few genuine laughs that you get in the movie come from Simon's two sidekicks, including the late, great John Pinette, who are both monks for some reason in this movie. It's never really explained, but his sidekicks are cyber monks who are tech experts for some reason. Honestly, all my favorite scenes in the movie feature John Pinette, who, if you're unfamiliar, is a rather large, rotund actor, comedian. And there are scenes where he's fighting and it cuts back and forth between him and his stunt double, and it's just a good time to see that on film. Simon Sez also managed to include one of the most ridiculous sex scenes I can remember ever seeing in a movie. In that, Rodman and the female lead, played by Emma Wickland, are fighting, and all of a sudden she stops, says, "I want to work out," hits a button, a bunch of strobe lights go off, and start flashing as they bang. And that is it. That is the sex scene in Simon Sez. Another reason that Simon Sez is notable is because it co-stars Dane Cook in his first big acting role, well before he was a household name, well before his stand-up got popular, and surprisingly, he is objectively the best thing in the movie. It feels weird to say that Dane Cook was too good for a movie, but here we are. Dane Cook is too good for Simon Sez. Bottom line here is Simon Sez is not a good movie, but is one that I absolutely think you must see. It is a real treat. Grab some friends, grab some alcohol, and just have a good time with it.